Oh yeah, we live.
You good? Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Bam. As you can see, it ain't just me. I gotta lean back a little bit.
Nope.
See me, I realize I don't have to be all the way up on the mic. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, the savvy one, and Super Bowl Sunday. I'm sitting here decked out. Y'all know I rep my team and my team only all the time. It's the hat from the cruise. Y'all didn't know I went on the cruise.
Oh, who's that we got?
We've been gone for a while. That's okay. I watched this team win the national championship.
Again?
Real fast. I got to do a little intro for my dog. But this one of the only two people in the city that I'm in right now that I can even speak to about sports for real because of the way that my brain works. And I don't like when people speak from the heart and don't use the facts and the stats because that's really all that matters. And if I'm the facts person, he's definitely the stats person. So
Absolutely.
y'all give it up for my boy Steve. And then one time y'all clap it up for that boy.
Sir.
I'll clap it up for that boy. Round of applause for Steve. Welcome.
Long time, baby.
It's been a long time coming.
It's been a minute since we've been in here.
It's been a while. I don't know if you ain't never been on here before, have you?
I've not been on the pod, no.
Not here.
No, sir.
But
Not anywhere yet. This is the first time.
Yeah.
Popping the cherry, sir.
Had to. Y'all clap it up one more time for Steve. You know what I'm saying?
No, clap.
By the time we got somebody else on here, a little sideline commentary is unnecessary. Thank you. Thank you so kindly. I got sound effects. I don't need humans. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Peanut gallery.
That's
the peanut gallery.
one of my real good friends over there. Her name is Pilar. Y'all heard about her during the season when we matter of fact, y'all heard about her week one. When we played week one. I lost. I owe her. I lost to her 2 years in a row. And she don't even be good for real. That's another story for another day.
Both times this year? Did you lose both times?
No, I played her twice last year and she beat me both times. Ugly. She don't even be good for real. Like
Josh Allen, man. Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, man. The most valuable player, Josh Allen.
That is MVP.
We're going to talk about how he can be the MVP and still not be the best quarterback in the league. No big deal. We're going to talk about it.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Super Bowl Sunday. It is the biggest game of the year for these two teams. I'm not going to say that that I could have called the fact that the Chiefs and the Eagles would be in the Super Bowl.
No.
Just because.
I had Chiefs in there. I didn't have the Eagles in there.
Like, I don't. Who's going to beat the Eagles? Especially once Detroit lost.
It seems like everybody every week is going to beat the Eagles. They win by 3 points, but they just keep winning. At some point, it's just the fact that they keep winning. You just have to accept it. They're a good team.
Now you know they've been talking about Kansas City the same way all year. How he's been sneaking by. He ain't even a top 10 quarterback this year. Blah blah blah. Especially in fantasy, he was. You know,
Mahomes?
Mahomes
was drop worthy. He wasn't even rosterable in some leagues.
And people were still starting him. You know, it's hard. It's a lot of stuff that me and Steve need to talk about. I'm glad I got him here. This is gonna be it's gonna be a nice little pod because we got some things to discuss. We got a couple of things.
We got some catching up to do.
Yeah.
We definitely do.
But we're gonna get into this game real quick. We're gonna now I can't say that I didn't expect Patrick Mahomes to be here. Like, I just like I don't. You got to beat him in those moments, and since he's on back-to-back championships, it's obvious that that's not happening, right? Like, I don't think he's the most athletic or the most skilled or quarterback in the league. I think that he's the most elite.
I don't think he's the most elite in each attribute category we're speaking of. But he holds the most well-balanced, high-level grouping of attributes.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him elite.
Yeah.
Along with the intangibles like leadership.
Yeah, overall.
The 2-minute drills is where he destroys teams. And that's what you saw with Tom Brady, too. Like, if Tom Brady was down by 6 points and there's 2 minutes left in that game, you can turn the TV off. Tom Brady's winning that game.
Going to bed knowing Tom Brady will win.
If you're down by 6 points in fantasy and there's 2 minutes left, Tom Brady's out there. Yeah. It won me a championship multiple times that year. Tom Brady, 2 minutes. 8 points, 10 points, 12 points, 80 yards down the field, no touchdown.
It lost me a Super Bowl. No big deal.
Yep.
But like
we're not going to talk about that yet.
This is I call this, and Patrick Mahomes just so happened to be winning when he make it to the big game, but you'll be Mr. Casual Basketball person over here.
I don't watch basketball at all.
I will. I kind of call this the LeBron James effect, for the simple fact that, like, think about how many great players play in the Eastern Conference, and for the
Right now?
no, back during the tenure of LeBron, like the DeMar DeRozans, the Paul Georges.
You're counting those as
Even before he linked
I
up,
would
the
count
Dwayne
those as
Wades,
good
like,
players. I wouldn't even say great. I mean, they were like top of the class in their time, but they wouldn't count as like Hall of Fame players or anything like that. But yeah,
Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade is different. But
Right.
I mean, like you're talking about like Paul George. I wouldn't count Paul George in that conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
But I understand what you're
like,
saying. Yeah.
the reason, like, they haven't won anything. I've not named those names specifically. Like, I wouldn't put them there either
Yeah,
because
I get
they
what you're
haven't led anybody anywhere, and it's because they keep running into LeBron James.
Yeah.
Right? That's who Patrick Mahomes is in the AFC right now.
You know what's funny is the other day I
my
was
opinion.
thinking about the same exact thing with LeBron and Mahomes, and like you think the LeBron's like first 3-4 years in Cleveland, who did he have on his team when he was bringing their championships?
Right.
Anderson
I can name
Varejao,
some people now.
Zadrunas
but
Ilgauskas.
Other people don't know.
Like exactly.
Let me see. What
Who's
you
the
said,
white
Varejao,
cat in the
Ilgauskas,
championships? The scrappy
Larry,
white dude.
Larry Hughes, Matthew Dellavedova. that's who you're talking
Dellavedova,
about.
yep. Like that's who he was bringing
these are the
cats
type
to
of people, like-
championships with. And like
You
people
know?
couldn't beat him because he's that good, man. Like, at some point, you just gotta accept the facts are the facts. Like the evidence adds up, and you just have to.
That's who Patrick Mahomes is. And, like, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen can win as many MVPs regular season as they want to. Patrick Mahomes not winning those. And
Go ask Marino that.
Peyton Manning has more MVPs than he has titles, and there's a reason that he
Yep.
is a step down from the most elite in every conversation.
Go ask Dan
So,
Marino how that plays out. You can win as many MVPs as you want. You ain't getting in the
you're
Hall
not
of
elite.
Fame.
Pey-
Yep, you're
they
in
say
the Hall of
Peyton
Fame.
Manning better than Dan Marino. Why?
To
He
me,
has two
Peyton Manning is the
championships.
best quarterback of all time. I think he
Someone
is.
said that to me before.
I think Peyton Manning's the
said that
best
to me
quarterback
before.
of all time. Just in between the ears and what he has going on there,
Right.
that's what makes him the best.
How come the rest of the world doesn't believe?
I don't know why, and it's because it's the Super Bowl thing, and that's exactly to your point. If you don't win chips, you don't get the respect
Don't
that you
get it.
deserve. It doesn't matter what your talent level
No,
is.
the mainstream media feels like the big games are what count the most toward your
Yeah,
resume.
I agree.
That's what they push on us, right? So
Oh, even at work, when you're talking to guys at work, like how many chips you got, how many rings, like,
yeah,
and it's like that always trumps whatever you have.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating to some degree, but I mean, we're used to it, man.
yeah, definitely used to it.
Yeah, I've been watching this forever. But yeah,
I don't, like I was just saying, the only way, well, we were saying this before we went live. The only way that I see the Eagles or the Chiefs losing this game is if what happened to the Commanders 2 weeks ago happens to
On
the
defense.
Chiefs. I mean,
well, I don't think Kansas City's suspect on defense like that.
I think, well,
They've been
yeah, because
solid all year.
they're top 5 against the run.
Exactly.
I think that Philly beat Washington the way that they did because they exposed their weakness on defense, which is stopping the run.
Yeah.
And they just so happen to have the best offensive line and the best running back.
Well, we knew all year Washington's defense was a
Middle of-
defense
middle of the
to
road.
target your running backs against because their defense was so suspect.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
They
It's just like the Lions secondary. Lions defense, when you look at ESPN, it's like number 2, number 3 ranked defense, but their passing stats are
29, 30,
28 quarterback,
31.
29, 30,
Yeah.
exactly. Like you ain't got to be scared about it because your quarterback's going to throw for 300, 400 yards. Oh no.
we just watched Peyton Manning miss a field goal. Eli hit it. He did. Ooh.
That guy, mouth breathing dummy.
Why don't you like it? Oh, Patriots. I was like, what did Eli do? Patriots.
Eli wasn't on the Patriots.
But he played against the Patriots.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he's Eli. Hey, he's cool. I like Eli. He just, you got to give him crap because he's Eli, man.
Don't he got 2 titles too?
He does.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy to think about. Eli Manning gets talked about in none of the elite conversations.
I think he's the same level quarterback as Joe Flacco.
I 100% agree with that.
That's where I'm at with him.
That is great analysis by you.
Yeah. I think they're the same kind of level athleticism, decision making. Flacco has a better arm. Peyton may be a little more athletic, or not athletic, but accurate. But I think that's the only difference. Flacco has a cannon. And you can chuck it 80 yards down the field.
That's a fact. Still.
Yeah, still.
You still can do that.
He was a Colts practicer in spring training, throwing Anthony Richardson. Like, he was on McAfee saying, like, this old dude's throwing me on his knees. If that wasn't a sign of things to come back in June, July, about how his passing is.
Yeah. Hopefully Anthony Richardson works on that. I invested in him in Dynasty.
That's not a bad investment. Did you get him cheap? Or did it cost you a little bit?
It was a startup Dynasty draft. I got him in the 5th round.
Oh, that's a steal.
Yeah.
Because he was going in the, top 6
Yeah.
last year?
Yeah.
Started last year's Dynasties?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a 5th round on a gamble, I'm okay with that. Yeah. I haven't started a Dynasty yet. When I do, it's going to be quarterbacks and wide receiver heavy in the top 4 or 5 rounds.
You said, but because you doing Superflex.
If I do Superflex, yeah.
That's the one we were getting ready to
Yeah,
do.
that's what we're trying to start
It's a
up.
Superflex,
We just can't
right?
get no one to join. We're
Yeah,
scared.
you know when you got to spend money. You can probably get them to come for free.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the time investment for a lot of people with Dynasty. Like Quan, even like Trent was like, yeah, that's a lot, man. I don't want to be doing all that all year long.
Why not?
Right? Like, you're watching sports all year long anyways.
You get to keep up, and it helps you in your redraft. leagues.
Exactly.
That's what. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man.
Like, if you're watching sports, at least like have something to like put it towards. Like,
Yeah.
put your time towards something.
I can't say that the draft for me in your league wasn't aided by the fact that I did a startup dynasty draft in May.
Yeah.
And so I was already like heavily
Yeah,
paying attention to football. You
Your
know what I'm
knowledge
saying?
of player depth was a lot more extensive than everyone
Like,
else's.
yeah.
You were going into like the 10th, 11th round looking for people that you would have expected in the 10th, 11th round in like 16 team leagues.
Yeah.
And going into that 12th round and you're like round 10, like, oh, all these players are here.
They're still here. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
It just looked like there were so many.
It was almost like a reverse tilt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were just like overwhelmed by the
Yeah,
talent.
I was going crazy.
All the good scraps you were
It
picking
just,
up.
yeah, yeah, like
It was like a chunk of steak.
it was weird at first because I drafted Amon-Ra and J-Mo, and that was weird to me because that's the number 1 and the number 2.
I did this
Both of them
exact same
snapped,
thing
like-
with Philly.
Yeah, like they were just I don't know at value. I got J-Mo at pick 128,
Yeah, that was a steal.
right?
Did you draft Brian Thomas?
Yeah,
Yeah.
101.
See, the only reason I didn't is because he goes higher in our league because we play in Jacksonville. Like, all the Jacksonville players go a little higher.
I think he made it pretty far.
At 1?
Before-
If he made it to 100, that was probably
101st overall.
9, round 9. So he was,
We're, what,
I guess
10?
around that time.
No,
he
9,
was,
yeah, 9.
He was going like between 9 12.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
That's
Yeah, 9 seems about where he was going early picks.
I don't think that the Duval people in your league had the knowledge of
Brian
who
Thomas?
Brian Thomas really was.
We just play with dum-dums, basically. Yeah.
I mean, no. I mean, yes, but that's
Yes
not one of
and
your
no.
favorite words.
It is.
But you everybody's not as invested. We can't hold that against them,
Aw, Stitch.
right?
Stitch is driving the golf cart.
What is happening on TV right now? Yeah. But so back to the game tonight.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? How Philly gonna win?
Philly has to win by not shutting down Mahomes, because you're not going to shut down Mahomes. He's going to get his. Same way Kansas City is not going to shut down Saquon. Saquon's probably going to get 80 to 120 yards and 1 to 2 touchdowns. Philly has to contain Mahomes. Contain him. That's it. Don't let him break the pocket. Don't let him make big plays. Big plays is what's going to hurt Philly, because they can slow him down in the red zone. They have the defense to only allow field goals and not touchdowns. That's what they have to do. Because Jake Elliott's inconsistent, so if they can get Kansas City to do field goals instead of touchdowns, but still be effective on offense and hold them, I think they'll be good.
Jake Elliott is inconsistent.
That man is ridiculous.
It's
Scary.
crazy how bad the kicker position got this year.
I had him in fantasy. for what, like 8 weeks?
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
3 points or 20 points.
Yeah. No middle ground.
There
for
was
real.
barely, no, it wasn't. It was like 50 yarders or extra points, and that's all you're getting. But if you can contain Kansas City to keep Mahomes contained, just not let him run wild, man. I think Kansas City is going to want to ground and pound, and I think that's beneficial for Philadelphia.
Yeah, because Philadelphia also has the best defensive line.
Yeah, I think
So-
that part's being undervalued.
That's what
is
they're not talking about.
Kansas City doesn't have the receiving threats to actually put up points.
And
And that's what I was telling Del Ron when he asked me on the over-under about the 48 points is I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be like 17 to 23 because it's going to be a run-dominant defensive old-school slugfest.
I would take. I'm risky when I bet. So I had this bet that I was trying to place one time. On the over under for the it was a game. I want to say it was Georgia versus Ole Miss, and we lost. Right, it was 28-10.
Yeah.
We lost. The over under was 48.5. I was gonna bet the under or the over the under on it and then take it all the way down to 40.
Yeah.
But she could have won me $4,000 because I dropped it down so far.
Yeah.
It was only 38. They ended up only scoring 38
You
total.
could adjust the total
Yeah.
to increase the percentage of payout. Gotcha.
Yep. That would have been my biggest risk for the biscuit right there. But
The more
Philly's
I'm-
defense, man, the whole thing as like the way that their defense came together in the second half of the season once they put Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Cooper
Yeah, Cooper DeJean. I think it's DeJean. It's
Okay.
not like the mustard. It's like the jeans.
Okay.
Yeah.
The jeans.
Yeah.
Her. As soon as those two were in the starting lineup, you couldn't really throw them, and you already had trouble running on them. So
And we were saying that after the draft about DeJean because you took him as your dynasty guy.
he's that. Yep.
Yeah.
I drafted
And I
him
was like-
as one of my corners in Dynasty.
He's a
in
ball
startup
hawk,
league.
dude. You can't teach ball hawk instincts. Speed and ball hawk instincts, you can't teach, man. They're just natural. And when you see them on tape, you see them and you know what they are.
Yeah.
And he had them.
That was the analysis.
It was like watching
there.
Ed Reed. That's what it reminded me of, just the ball hawk.
And he
It's
played
just-
nickel
Yeah.
for Philly right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's wild.
Quick question. If Jalen Hurts wasn't the quarterback for Philadelphia, and it was Mahomes and Jalen Hurts was in Kansas City, is Philadelphia winning the game? And by how much?
Yes, because Patrick Mahomes, although like
I think if they're flipped, it's a blowout.
blowout for Philly.
Like 48 to 12.
Yeah.
Like not even close.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes with that offensive line, that
And
running game,
weapons at
and-
outside,
yeah,
run
and that
game, offensive
defense.
line, defense, yeah.
Holy shite!
Like I didn't think about that till just this moment about how good that team is. Just switch to quarterbacks and how much better would they be?
Yeah,
Like then we're all on the Kansas City page, and that's why is because of Patrick Mahomes. We didn't think about how good the Philadelphia team is. When you think about it that way, you kind of like it brings them a little bit more balanced, I guess. When you think about it,
Yeah.
Like if you just switch your quarterbacks, like okay, that team's really
only the
good.
quarterback.
Yeah, only the quarterbacks.
Now it's now it's 40-7.
Yeah, so I think anyone that was expecting a blowout, if you kind of think about it from that standpoint, it kind of shoots that thinking down. You're just like, okay, they got a good team.
The kickoff is happening.
Here we go.
It is a touchback, and Philadelphia is getting the ball first. But we will continue to analyze through it. So my goal for going through the Super Bowl is we'll kind of sort of play by play. At the same time, we're definitely going to do some analysis from the seasons because we were in 2 leagues together.
Yeah, I think as the OG league, I think we were in like 4 or 5 different separate leagues as like different groups spread out. Because I know Willie had his, Trenton runs his league,
Yeah.
and then there's yours. So that's 4. So yeah, I think there's at least 4 leagues that our core group of guys like visit. And then I had my work league that nobody was in that was just random casual. So. But I did win it, so there's that. Saquon.
And their first play, they go to Saquon. He get about 5.
Only,
That's the shortest run I've seen Saquon have in a while.
it's like 5 yards carry. Man, it's just his average
5
right
yards.
now. Yep.
Yeah, but
But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what Philly's been doing, is that old school Woody Hayes style, like 3 yards in a cloud of dust all season, man. They'll pop it to A.J. Brown every now and then, but it's just run.
And rightfully so.
Yeah. When you have the offensive line to do it.
Yeah, I always wanted to say this on camera. Somebody go and ask the New York Giants. I think I said it. Somebody go ask the New York Giants how they feel right now. Watching Saquon be the best running back in the NFL.
If I am the owner, that head coach and GM are fired.
Devontae Smith.
I don't know how you keep your job after those kind of comments.
Yeah. I'm like, we're gonna go our separate ways from the best running back in the league.
Right?
Are we doing that?
You mean the guy we drafted in the first round a couple years ago?
Yeah, like I don't make it make sense, ladies and gentlemen.
And it wasn't like his market was that overvalued. It was reasonable.
Right.
It was
very.
Yeah. They didn't, like, Philly didn't overpay or anything. They didn't break the bank to get him.
At all. At all.
Here we go. Hand off again.
Saquon again.
Yep.
Yeah. There you go. That's what they need to do. See, that was his short.
That's going to be the game right there.
That's what they need to do. I mean, Jalen Hurts completing passes.
Yep.
His.
Just dump it off to him, too.
They did, but he lost like 6 yards.
So 3 plays, 3 Barkley plays?
Way through one to Devontae Smith.
Okay.
For the first down.
Saquon nowhere to go. They're on the ball, going to try to limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost 4 yards on that play.
No, I went to the store the other day and someone was like, I don't know, Kansas City is going to stop Saquon on the run. I was like, they got Chris Jones. They got Karlaftis.
Yeah.
They got a whole team.
That's who gets slept on is Karlaftis.
Karlaftis.
Yeah.
He got slept on in the draft because they took him at what, 31, 32?
Yeah. Yeah.
And even like coming out of Penn State, like he was out of Penn State or Iowa. Penn State, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But everyone was like, this dude should have went higher in the draft. How did everyone let him go to Kansas City? It was the same thing with Worthy, though. Xavier Worthy this year, everyone said the same thing. Like, how are y'all just letting these cats like fall to like the bottom of the drafts? Like, if you like them so much, just take them.
Yeah. And now they're both in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yep.
Here we are.
Yep. Again. It's like, here we go. AJ.
Is it offense or defense? The flag is out.
I think it was defense.
The flag is out, ladies and gentlemen.
AJ looked too smooth on the sidelines to have done anything. It was offense. Whoa, is right. I didn't see that coming.
Check. Let's see. I want to see the replay
I did too.
because I don't know. He's angry.
That's the flag?
What?
The face mask. It's the face mask. That's why. If I had to guess, that's why. It's the face mask. He touched it.
Oh, no. I don't like it.
Either way, yeah. Like, it's a weak ass call.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. But whatever. Patrick Mahomes is going to get on the field.
Yup. That's not what they wanted.
Not what they wanted.
Going back to how you win the
You
game,
needed at least 3 right there.
one of the ways to contain Patrick Mahomes, keep him off the field.
Over there.
Keep him off the field.
But they're not getting, they're still starting at like the 12 or 13 yard line. So
Yeah.
you get a long field. All right, why they go to commercial?
Yes, sir.
I've been, actually what I was doing on the way here. I'm listening to
What were you doing over here?
fantasy football. I was in the car on the way here.
Okay. Yes,
So
sir.
that Thursday episode, the Super Bowl special. And I think it was the truth about tight ends. That's the one that was on today. But
Did you get the email?
no.
No? The UDK email? It's available.
Oh yeah, today.
Yeah, it's
they
available
were
today.
talking about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was getting ready to get to that.
That was the news?
I haven't gotten the email yet.
Okay.
But I was gonna say the Ultimate Draft Kit is available. I
Yeah.
haven't even been using it.
You haven't, dude. I'm telling
It's
you.
about to change my life.
So here's my analogy for the draft kit, because with starting the channel and everything, like I'm using the AI stuff to help me with the pictures, and like talking about it to people who work like, oh, you're using AI, kind of like shunning it down. I'm like, all right, if you're drafting a fantasy team, you have tools to help you. If you're doing other stuff, you have tools to help you too. Like, this isn't school. We're not like putting the calculator as a way to do a math test.
Yeah.
I want everything I want
Every
to be able to
advantage I
make
can-
me better.
Every
Exactly.
advantage I can get, right?
Like, we're playing for like money in some circumstances. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with using a draft kit, and it is so helpful, man. Especially if you've never done tier-based drafting before. That stuff it's a game changer. It will level up completely. You are almost guaranteed to make the playoffs doing tier-based drafting. I would say that part entirely. Because it just, instead of looking at players, you're looking at groups of stats, essentially. So you're not picking one person, and when that person's gone, you're like, oh shit, what do I do? You have a group of stats that are close together that we can just be, okay, this guy, this guy, this guy, they're all kind of the same. I'm okay either one, and I can flex either way. Because you stay active on fantasy, you're an active guy.
Yeah.
So especially, okay, I can take him, I can take him, I can take him, all in the same draft range, all the same cost. And I can pivot either way later on in the season if I don't like the pick. But I know that their stats are going to be the same at the end of the year. It helps so much just from tilting and just stress, and it helps a lot. I've
like it.
been
I like
using
the
it for
way
the
it
last
sounds.
4 or 5 years.
I like the way you got a couple titles in the last 4 years, right?
5 in the last 4.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. Five titles, 4 years.
I ain't got none in the last 4 years. See,
Really?
I gotta get close. I was in the championship, and this year I flopped in the. I don't even want to talk
I
about
let
it.
myself down in that.
I don't even want to talk
Savvy League, I let myself down in Savvy, bro.
about it. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I wasn't as powerful in that league just because, like, I know what the strategy is to in that league. I do different and see if I can try and come out of it. It's almost like, not saying that I would be guaranteed to, because you still gotta get the stats from the players
Yeah, you have to
when you pick them and all that. But I know that because of the way the point system is set up, that running backs and quarterbacks who scramble are more valuable than
because you get the guarantee.
half the receivers in the league, right? I just like Puka. That's why I drafted him so early.
I do too.
Like,
Yeah.
I didn't.
You see Puka on the
Had
field,
he
he's
not
just
got
a stud, dude. He just
7 games. He was hurt. He was hurt 7 games.
Oh, I know.
So like, Patrick Mahomes threw like a no look pass on that. By the way, it was like a sidearm.
He looks at
One of
people
them
when he throws?
motherfuckers. Sometimes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he did that. I just thought he threw it like that.
I don't know, man. I just this is my thing. Like, so once you get to the playoffs, I feel like, especially now, there's so many
Talking about in fantasy?
great. No, in regular football
Okay.
right now. There's so many great quarterbacks in the AFC, bro. Like,
I think in general, there's a lot of good quarterbacks just across the league.
oh yeah, with the rookies that came
Yeah,
in.
with the rookies and like some of the old heads are like starting to phase their way out now. Like we're seeing a new regime kind of take over, but I mean, even with like the old cats and like you got Mahomes and Hurts and like Jaden Daniels, you got Drake May, you
I
got
like Drake May. I like Drake May.
dude in Denver.
But Bo Nix.
Yeah, Bo Nix. I'm not the name guy. He's the name guy.
I'm the name guy. For
Numbers,
sure.
name.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix looked really good. Dude.
Yeah.
He was
Sean
very
Payton, man,
surprising.
quarterback whisperer.
That part's being slept on, and no one's talking about it. The Sean Payton aspect of everything.
Yeah,
Because they were talking about it when he was like not doing so hot. They're like, oh, Sean Payton. I don't know. They started turning things around and started looking like New Orleans again. Like, okay, yeah, he's still Sean Payton.
without the super high production from the running back position too. Like that's what really
And that's
impressed about
Sean
Bo
Payton's
Nix.
bread and butter is running 3 running backs and just
Yeah.
keeping a full rotation.
Yeah,
And he did that, but he didn't have studs doing it,
yeah.
which is why he was throwing it up 70-plus yards to Marvin Mims every game.
It's 3rd and 9. Patrick Mahomes.
39. 4-man rush. Mahomes. Pressure. Steps away.
There he goes.
Way back there. Throws it. He gets hit.
There's a duck.
Oh,
Yeah.
almost intercepted. Them boys like that baller.
I think that was just a preemptive punt at that point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he didn't get it down the field far enough. It would have been terrible. It would have been terrible.
Yeah,
if
he
didn't get
almost
down the
pick
field far
sixed
enough.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Pressure.
Like, them boys working. That's
Offensively, is their offensive line holding up for a long period of time?
Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter's been a stud in the
Oh, my
playoffs.
God, dude.
By the way.
In the playoffs. Like, all year,
No,
man.
I'm just because we have the Super Bowl right now. So, but yes.
Yeah.
But man,
Stud.
Listen, when you look at the Philadelphia Eagles defense, you realize why Georgia won 2 national championships. I'm just saying, like,
You're not wrong.
Like,
it's all Georgia.
it's Jalen Carter, it's Jordan Davis, it's Nolan Smith, it's N'Kobe Dean. That's 4 of the front 7s.
They're all what, first, second, third rounders, right? I
Yes.
think we have a what, 3 first
First and
rounders?
second rounders.
Yeah. Yeah, Philly's been built that defense.
Yeah.
Pictures are not coming.
Everybody, like, most of them are first and second year players when you think about it. Because you got Cooper and Quinion in the back, they first year. Jalen Carter, second year. Jordan Davis, second year.
Defense is young. Yeah. DeJean
Right.
in the secondary.
Yeah, rookie. Nolan Smith, second year. N'Kobe Dean, second year. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a young team that's really good.
none of them are in their prime yet.
No,
Think about that.
absolutely
That's
not.
about to be the new lockdown defense in the NFL. You heard it here first.
Isn't just a vacation.
Still?
It's a holiday.
Huh?
Still? They've been good for the last few years.
Yeah, but they about to be.
Leveled up.
They about to be.
Baltimore
who's the
level?
Yeah, like that
Like
type.
the Ray Lewis Baltimore level?
Yes.
That Ed
What-
Reed, Baltimore.
What we want the Ravens to be, but they keep getting injured right now.
Bro,
'Cause
Suggs, yeah.
they nice over there too with Kyle Hamilton.
They always get good second.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass as a Cleveland fan.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass.
Roquan. And then they had Terrell Suggs
Yeah,
back in the day, like,
Their weakness right now is secondary, which is weird.
which right,
Yeah, really weird.
right,
Because normally that's locked down. You ain't passing.
right.
Normally you ain't running. Normally, Baltimore's just a good defense. That's a
Right.
good defensive team. They've been built that way since they founded. So that's just team construction.
Holding
Yep.
teams to 7 points in the Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer at quarterback. Like, that's what we're talking about right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Trent who?
exactly. They won 1 Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer, and they won another Super Bowl with Joe Flacco. Write that down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the Joe Flacco Super Bowl actually hurt that organization in the long run because of the amount of money they paid him.
Yeah.
It handicapped him. It's the same thing Cleveland did with Deshaun Watson. And you're seeing what's happened to them. But they gave up draft picks along with
players,
it.
and players are worth more now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's hurting them pretty good.
But yeah, Baltimore's starting to get back up to that dominant defense, and they've been building slowly. It's just taking them a little bit.
Yeah. They got that offense good. Lamar Jackson and Todd Monken. I called this when it first happened.
Yeah.
I was a year old. Like, I didn't know.
I think we were
Lamar Jackson should have won MVP this year if we were doing it off of what the person did on the field. He lost to Josh Allen in the playoffs.
Yeah, he did.
That's why he lost the MVP.
That's
People
what I
say
was-
that doesn't matter. I was the one sitting at the. I was on the cruise boat. I think that's when they played, right?
Yeah, that's when you texted me.
I said whoever win this game gonna win MVP because they gonna lose to Patrick Mahomes anyway.
Yep. I agree with that.
So
Like
Josh Allen won
Lamar,
MVP, but he lost to Patrick Mahomes.
and you know, I'm a Lamar hater. I've been a Lamar hater.
Yeah,
but
absolutely. You don't have a choice.
as a Cleveland fan, I don't have a choice. But besides that, like, he's gotten a lot better, man. He's gotten so much better as a passer, and like, just the stats. He had what, like 25% more just yardage than Josh Allen did. But Josh Allen,
for
I
like almost 4,000 yards.
almost like
He ran for
4,500.
900.
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah, that dude was crazy. Crazy work.
You
this
just
year,
look at
Lamar
the
Jackson.
stats. You're like, okay, just throw the stats on the board, and you're like, who wins? You're like, Lamar wins. But like, you got to go back to the gameplay and just watch the way Josh Allen played. Man, he just had a look in his eyes this year, like just determined and hungry, and like it showed on the field. He might not have the stats to translate it,
You talking about Josh Allen?
yeah,
Carried the ball. The
he
Bills
carried that team.
carried that team.
Because I think at one point in the season they had a 1% chance of making the playoffs. It was at 1%.
Damn.
And then we all
And
Bills?
yeah,
And didn't they weren't they the first team to lock their division out?
yeah. Because they started that year like really bad. I don't remember what it started with, but I know their defense had issues.
They lost to Baltimore really bad.
They lost to Baltimore, and then they lost what's his face, the linebacker. Dude,
Dallas Goddard making a play.
yeah. If I had to put money on an anytime touchdown, it would have been Dallas.
Dallas Goddard,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
For sure. Wow.
I'm not a betting guy, but
help over there on the other side.
Hurts loves Goddard as a security blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why he's a good PPR tight end to have.
And they're right back on the ball for the Wolves.
Except he can't stay on the field. Damn it.
That part. Yep. Oh man, dude, tight end this year was a pain in the ass.
Bro,
Just shaking your head.
I was listening to Ballers today on
Yeah.
tight ends. You get down to Dallas Goedert was tight end 7 for the year.
I think I'm never drafting tight end
Thorough.
outside of the 8 again. Ever again. I don't think I'm ever drafting outside of 8 again.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna cement myself as never drafting outside the top 8. If the opportunity's there, I'm gonna take it. But quarterback and tight end, that's what I went into the first year. It was I took Tom Brady in the 8th round, 7th, 8th.
Yeah, those are your.
And then I took Dawson Knox in the 10th round, and it led me to a championship because I had so much more value at every other position.
Yeah.
In the last few years, I've taken Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray and Joe Burrow, and it's costed me a wide receiver or running back that I've needed. So, and savvy, I took Jaden Daniels,
You did.
and it helped me out a lot. Because 3rd place in that league with no receivers. And we would have no receivers. I mean,
Literally.
no
That
receivers.
man had nobody. That man was stuck.
It was week 12, and I was happy that I had Cooper Kupp and Jalen Waddle back in my lineup. Week 12,
Did you hear him say Jalen Waddle?
Jalen Waddle and Cooper Kupp in week 12. Yeah, I was happy to have him back. But no, and then I did some research, and we got a couple players in there. The Jalen McMillan was a steal.
That was the one.
That was the one.
That was the one.
Josh Downs and Jalen McMillan.
And my scoring system is wacky, so you gotta find those type of gems.
It's old school stuff, man. It's just yards and touchdowns.
Yards and touchdowns, baby.
Yeah, yards and
What
touchdowns.
fantasy was built on.
Yep, exactly.
You'll get your little baby points for touching the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets their little baby points. Quarterbacks get points for completions, and all they do
Run
is throwing
attempts.
it.
Yep.
So but it's completed attempts. You
Or
don't
rushing
get
attempts too.
rushing
Yeah.
attempts, all that. So
That's why before
it's yards and touchdowns.
Yeah, before we drafted, do you remember I had asked you, do quarterbacks get points for rushing attempts as well? Mm-hmm. That's why I asked. It's because of the scoring format.
Yep.
Yep. And that's why I went Jaden Daniels. That's why I was high on Kyler Murray, too. Kyler Murray, that whole Arizona offense needs a revamp. It's not very good.
I thought they might just. Is this their first? Do they have the same offensive coordinator?
No. I believe it's new. Who is it? I can't remember off the top of my head right now.
But for this whole last season, they had the same person.
Yeah.
And he's not leaving, right?
No. So he should have some.
Maybe they'll get some rhythm.
Yeah, they should have a little bit of continuancy.
They got some pieces over there. They got, Mr. Unsexy but reliable James Conner,
Yeah,
along with
Very reliable.
Trey McBride and
his reliability makes him sexy at this point.
yeah, and Marv. That's a touchdown.
Jahan?
Yeah,
Yep.
Jahan Dotson touchdown Philly.
First points on the board. You know what's sad is you actually have to worry about the extra point here.
Yeah,
Yeah, because Jake Elliott's not that guy.
yeah.
He should be. Well, you're never sure.
You're never sure.
Nope.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got our first points of the Super Bowl. Did he get in? He's not in.
That's knee down right there.
Down at dead. One. He's not in.
It's like, if
Just kidding, ladies and gentlemen. Saquon about to get a touchdown.
only
Or Jalen
Philadelphia
Hurts.
had a play that gets them 1 yard.
1 yard every time. That should be called the new Philly special, in my opinion. Forget that little pass jump they be doing. The tush push work all the time.
It sounds better too. The Philly special is one play. They do this every game. Just call it the Philly special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come up with some different random name for that one play you had. Philly special.
Everybody else does that play too. I seen Baker Mayfield catch a touchdown off or something like that before. He was in
Just
Cleveland when he did
a
that.
Statue of Liberty variation.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to give it a special
But
name.
everybody's doing this tush push play because of the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they can't stop it. Really, it's leverage. It works. It's effective, but not as effective as it used to be because Jason Kelsey was shorter as a center, so he had the leverage point lower. So it's,
Center of gravity.
yeah.
Oh shit.
So,
All right.
hold on.
Yep.
We're gonna take a break and come back right after these messages. Let's get back to it. We're gonna
sir.
do one more. We're gonna do one more little 20-minute session for the first quarter, or however long it take us, and then we'll probably come back and do some more for the second quarter. It's gonna be a nice little edit for me.
Yeah, it's good.
It's gonna take us some time. I'm gonna
got
love
little
every
projects
second
when
of
you
it.
get home.
Yeah,
I did too, because you're gonna send me all the video too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm probably if I can help it, I won't let you leave here without having. I won't leave here without you having it.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you don't have my email, you will have it. Yeah.
But
We have access to it.
7-0, 3:40 left. You know, timeouts and such to keep us on here for a little while. Mm-hmm. I ain't even put my headphones back on. Look, see, I can tell I don't need them because I can see the mic moving, and it feels more so like I'm talking to my guy. You know,
Munching on the chicken fries. That's what it was. You didn't want to hear the crunch.
that's true. I do have chicken.
Chicken fries.
I am being well taken care of, as I am remote casting.
Okay. Jahan. What are your thoughts on team names on fantasy? I'm a big team name guy. Like, I think your team name's like 80% of what you should be doing.
Your team name?
Your team name, I think, is a reflection of you and your team. And I hate it when it's just like Duval whatever.
Or
It bugs me.
Or Team Ramon.
Yeah, Team Ramon all season long.
Stupid.
She picked up Carson Steele, and I was like, oh, there's your team name, Buns of Steel. No, it was.
And you a girl too? That would have been perfect.
And she drafts based on ass size? Come on, man.
You should have something about Josh Allen in your team name every year. In Josh, we trust. You could just leave it like that. You're going to draft him in the first
Ride
round
the
every
Stallion,
year.
the Pony Express,
Something, man.
Giddy Up. Like, this is just off the top of the dome. Like, I haven't even thought about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's her dude, man. Josh Allen.
Yeah, she is in love.
Yep. That's her Valentine's present is a jersey.
Don't tell her. This will be, I don't know if this will be out before Valentine's Day. It might. I'm off on Tuesday, and I don't think I got nothing to do. So this could go out Wednesday morning.
You know what? I'll stay off of YouTube until then.
We love Pilar.
We do.
But yeah, team name speaks to your character for sure. Your fantasy character,
Yeah.
as people know. I don't know. It's like a small investment trying to come up with a team name. That's why mine changes a couple times. throughout the
Yeah.
year.
Well, mine changed this year, but it was for negative reasons.
Yeah, you yeah.
We went from the motorboaters to the little dinghies.
Yeah, you didn't have a very good year this year.
It was. I did and I didn't.
You had the pieces.
Yeah. I had the right pieces.
Yeah.
It was not the year. When you're AJ Brown and your running back take a month off in the season.
Talking about Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah, I don't even want to say his name.
I tried.
I didn't want to take him. It was just
You didn't want to take him out.
the
either.
value was there, man. Like I know what he can do. It was just the comfortability.
But how many? This is. So when you say that, and you're right, and it's hard. It's like having Derrick Henry and him only scoring 8 fantasy points.
It was like Mark Andrews this year.
Sam Laporta at the
It
beginning of
was
the
like
year.
having Mark Andrews. Yeah. Those elite players.
How many times in a row do you have to go through it before you're just like, I have to change it?
3 weeks. I'll give it 3 weeks. I think I gave Cooper Kupp 3 weeks.
I'm usually already got. I'll usually pick up the person I'm trying to replace him with on the third. Oh damn.
Oh no,
Offsides.
I'm looking. After the second week, I'm already looking. I'm looking to replace you after you're
I'm
down.
already looking.
Yep.
I'm hoping I already got something.
I,
I'm hoping I already got
You
something.
should, yeah, you should.
In my situation in the same league, like
you talking about OG or Savvy?
OG,
OG. Yeah.
I was loaded.
Oh, dude, you're
At
wide receiver core. Yeah.
Like, I'm so loaded. I was so loaded at wide receiver by the time the end of the season came, we forgot that I had Rasheed Rice.
I had Rashi in 3 leagues, dude. It hurt me so much because he did so good. He was a top 5 wide receiver this year.
Receiver in fantasy.
He was
going to
be a top 5 option.
He
Yep.
was number 2 in fantasy when he got hurt.
It hurt me so much.
Yeah.
And he was a steal where you drafted him. He was going, what, the 6th round?
I had so many receivers. I would have ended up with my number. I was trying to trade for another running back.
I know
and
you-
everybody knew that. and I had enough receivers to get the job done.
Do you want
and
me
that's
to-
why nobody wanted to.
You want me to hurt your feelings a little bit here?
No, it's already over now.
You know what I'm gonna say, right? Chase Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chase Brown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just drop that, man.
I'm not patient.
No, I know you're
Got dropped
not.
in week 3.
I take advantage of that so much.
Yeah.
Because that was Willie last year with Jahmyr Gibbs, and that was Delron this year with Marvin Harrison. The Marvin Harrison one was that I messed up.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Hey, I didn't.
the production
'cause-
was there.
Yeah, I had Devonta Smith because I accidentally drafted AJ Brown, and I was going by my rankings and just didn't think about it. I saw AJ Brown a round back of where he should have been drafted, and was like, oh shit, there's value. That's a top 15 dude, and I think he was like a top 15, top 20 receiver, right?
14.
Yeah, 14. So I could have had legit 2 top 15 receivers. I just didn't. What's the word I'm looking for is, what is it? I don't know. Balanced? Effective? Meta?
Consistency
Consistency? Yeah.
from
Effective.
You didn't have consistency
Yeah.
from your wide receivers.
I wasn't going to start 2 receivers on the same team on the same lineup.
Not all the time.
No,
You can't.
there's very rare occasions where you can do that.
Yeah.
Like, unless you, like, get lucky in a draft and you take, like, Tyreek and someone else who's in a top 15 position, it doesn't happen that often. But, yeah. Team names.
I definitely Chase Brown was the running back one that I needed. That was title town if I would have kept him.
Yeah.
Easy. I was dog walking.
I had him in
Like,
every league. I was in 4 leagues. I had him in every league. I drafted him in 2 and picked him up in 2. Well, that was like the same thing with Jaden Daniels, is because in Willie's Metro League, I drafted Kyler Murray.
right?
I also drafted Jaden Daniels because I didn't want to play against Jaden Daniels if he popped off. And he was there in the 10th round, and I was like, Kyler Murray doesn't work out, because I've been on that Kyler Murray path before. I've had to deal with it. And I was like, something in the back of my head just scratching me. All right, I'm taking him. I ended up dropping Kyler Murray later in the season. So, sticking with Jaden Daniels. And then Kyler Murray stayed on waivers for the remainder of the season.
There you go.
Yeah. Which is sad to say, because he's a 20-point game guy.
Not consistently.
Not consistently, and that's the part. That's why, like, in preseason rankings, I'm sure we're going to see it coming up this season. People will have Kyler Murray as a top 10 quarterback because of the rushing upside. And he should be. He shouldn't be, but he should be.
Preseason rankings are based on upside.
Exactly.
All the time.
Yep.
I'm just
Which makes no sense. Like, if we're looking at stats, why are we looking at what could be and not what has been?
right. I'm more and more getting into going back to the tape.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw it not work for you last year. What did you add that's gonna make it better?
Talking about for Arizona, yeah.
Yeah.
Marvin. But offensive line-wise, they didn't do anything. They let Cliff go, and you saw what Cliff did in Washington. You got Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Almost went to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they had a run defense.
Beat the Super Bowl favorites, I think.
They beat the Lions.
There were a lot of people's Super Bowl favorites. That was my underdog pick for this year.
I had Detroit in the Super Bowl
I did too.
originally.
Yeah.
Once they lost, I put the Eagles. The Eagles was the only team
Yeah,
that
there
I
was-
saw that had a shot at slowing them down on offense. But
Had Cincinnati been in the playoffs, how do you think they would have done? There. It's one of Jalen Hurts' 2 interceptions he's going to throw, by the way.
yeah,
Yeah. He throws 2 a game. It seems like he throws 2 a game. So remember earlier I said that dude was talking to me about how they were going to stop the Philly run. And I was like, this and this. He was like, well, what about Jalen Hurts? I was like, well, Jalen Hurts is going to throw for like 250 and 2 picks and probably 2 touchdowns.
yeah.
Rushing and
He ran
passing
for
combined.
one.
He already got one,
He
yeah.
already ran for one. So he had to have a turnover in between. So
Yep.
that is Jalen Hurts style.
Oh, it's Seal as a seal.
It is. It is. Now that's good.
You know what?
Good
That's,
looking seal, he says. Not bad, Mountain Dew. Not bad.
well done. Now we get wiener dogs as wieners. Oh, dude. Top 10 TV spot right now. You know what? I take it back. The Budweiser Clydesdales aren't in it. They got rid of the Clydesdales, didn't they? Old Spice man?
I'm on a porch. He said.
Yep. I know that feeling. But yeah. I was so happy I won my work league, dude. I was so happy. Well, not because I won a championship, but it was like just validation for me that I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like
How many teams were in that league?
8. It was only
a tiny league.
Yeah, it was a weak little 8-man league.
Yeah, but
But I mean, it's still 7 other
points
people
everywhere.
Yeah, there's still
So-
7 people.
I feel like sometimes those leagues are. Here's where those
It was
leagues
different.
get difficult, right?
I can tell you why, too.
you can find
Man, I hate the thing so bad.
like the waiver wire is full of studs,
Yep.
full of studs.
Yep.
I mean, like
This might be my greatest.
it's annoying. It's annoying when you look out there. You're like, fuck.
So I remember reading
Rico Dowdle.
an article. I had Rico Dowdle on my team. He was on the bottom of my bench for the entire season.
Yeah.
He never got started.
Literally over here in the OG, you starting him.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
He's
saying?
an RB2. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. About the depth on there. I didn't have to make waiver pickups. I did. I didn't have to. It was kind of boring. But if I was to do an 8-man league again, what I'm gonna do is target the best players available at your onesie position, so your quarterbacks, your tight ends, your defenses.
You still got room to get all that
Because
shit.
your depth and your bench is so deep, on your waiver wire, you can make mistakes with running back and wide receiver.
It'll just be out there.
Yep. But if you can lock up a top 2 quarterback, tight end, defense, and kicker, you can play with those other 2 positions.
Josh Allen,
Yep.
Brock Bowers.
Yep.
You said defense, Eagles defense.
You can draft a defense around or 2 early. That's
Jake
another
Moody.
tip that you taught me this season, was taking your defense around early
15th round for the 16th round.
so
Yeah.
you can see all the other players that are still available.
Yeah, I do.
before it ends.
My defensive kicker 14 and 15.
I like that a
15 and
lot
16.
too. I'm gonna start doing
Yeah.
that as well. Because that player you pick up at the end is Mr. Irrelevant anyways. You're gonna probably drop him some point in the season. And I'd rather have the capital at kicker and defense.
Yep.
Even though stream defenses, it's nice to have a better one.
Yep. And nobody thinks to do it around earlier.
Yeah.
Either they're getting it way too fucking early when I'm still
Oh,
getting
yeah,
wide
you're
receivers.
kinda
Like I'm not drafting.
Round 9 and 10.
I see Ravens, Eagles,
Dude,
all these defenses going
Yep.
in.
Justin Tucker in the 9th round. Get out of here, man. Yeah. Yep.
That's disgusting.
Yep. Yep.
Good. I mean, good on you guys, but that's disgusting. I would never do that.
I understand why.
I don't.
Like, I understand the thought process of why. You want to lock up a number 1 defense, but for defenses and kickers, it fluctuates so much between the season. Like,
Yeah, defenses aren't that consistent. Like I had the Broncos defense this year. I'll take the Broncos defense
I
for
did too.
example, right?
Broncos, Atlanta. We stream, baby. We stream defenses.
Yeah, I got beat by the Falcons defense during the regular season twice, same week. Steve in the Savvy League and Delvron in the OG League, they both used the Falcons defense on me, and I got my ass whooped.
You know what's funny? When I picked him up, I had a little grin on my face too, because like I'm gonna start him.
I don't know if y'all
And
know
it's
this
against
about me.
Juan. I was like, oh, you're gonna hate this shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna hate it.
Not the Falcons defense. I remember being on the pod like not the Falcons defense being the reason I lost multiple times this week.
And I remember you watching the episode previous, like the week before you dropped it, being like, Atlanta's got a good defense too. I might look into that. I had already looked into it. I was
Taken.
right there with you. Yeah, you're like, they're gonna be gone, buddy.
Taken.
Yep. Yeah, no.
Damn.
It was funny. It was a good time.
Good times, man.
But Delvron leveled up this year. I don't know what he did in the offseason, if he was just doing research, but he won 2 leagues this year. He won Willie's and ours.
Boy, doing his research.
I mean,
I like
it wasn't
that.
working.
I like.
When it builds people up to want to win.
Yeah, like. Also, like people when you know that they're that competitive, like I don't want to be in here and you done gave up, like.
After week
bothers me.
4, you drop your entire roster.
Yeah, that's like
I've seen that before too.
when or I had a few years back in the Savage League before you guys got there. Like one dude had he was like 1-8, so he starts trading all his A's for a bunch of B's, and I'm like, I mean, the team that he did that to never won the championship. So,
but still,
it's just it's annoying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
principles.
Bro, we gambling.
Yeah.
Like you trying to help another dude win some money just because you couldn't win it.
Mm-hmm.
It's annoying. It's annoying. Y'all might as well play on the same team.
Diamond upside down is a
yeah, type stuff.
Yep. Upsetting, man. It really is.
Collusion. I hate it. I hate it. Oh,
collusion. That word. That's a good word. It's one I use a lot too. Yeah, we throw that one a lot.
It's annoying.
That's one thing I'm glad we don't have an OG.
Yeah.
There's like none of that. Oh, there was.
I know I'm never colluding because I feel like my win be tainted.
There was, but we got rid of it.
And even if I'm colluding, I can't deny it because at least one person knows that I did it because they did it with me.
So,
right?
In Savvy, I was going to drop Jaden Daniels because I wasn't in the finals. And I know the person in the finals didn't have a good quarterback. Because who was he rolling with? Like Drake May or something like that?
Justin Herbert?
Yeah, I think he was rocking Herbo.
Something
And it was a tough matchup, too. But I already dropped Anthony Richardson, which I was okay with doing because I needed the wide receiver help. I was going to drop Jaden Daniels because he was playing a computer team just to help the league because I didn't want a computer to win. Then I was like, I'm trying to get third, too. I didn't drop him, but I wouldn't have played Jaden Daniels if I was playing serious. I didn't like the matchup. I probably would have tried to pick up somebody else, like Goff or somebody like that for the matchup.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still picked up the third place, which I was happy with. So,
yeah.
Especially your first year in a league with a, not unusual, but a different scoring format.
Yeah, in your first year in.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun, though. I had a lot of fun in that league. That's a good league.
I was wondering who was going to, that's crazy, too, because Willie's computer team ended up actually, winning.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I was so pissed off, I didn't even look at the final results.
But the young man who made the championship on the other side, it was his first year, too.
Yeah.
And so in the semis, there was 3 first-year teams.
4. Oh, no. Me, Willie, young kid.
Oh, no, yeah, 4.
4. Yeah, all the new guys.
Of everybody, yeah. I lost on the last play. Oh, my gosh. All these losses were close, man. I
saw the play happen, and I was like, bro.
Remember I was tied?
Yep. And then you were up by a point and a half. Was it the Josh Allen Neal that did it?
No, that wasn't me.
That wasn't you. Okay.
Mine was the hold on, I'll tell
Lamar.
You. No, it was a wide receiver.
Was it? I thought it was Lamar. Where he fumbled in the last 2 minutes.
It was week 12?
Yeah. That's about right.
No, it wasn't week 12. It was round 1 of the playoffs. And it was Jaden Reed? Yeah, because we were both tied at 97.6 and somebody was playing, but I have no more people left. Like I started Jerome Ford that week. Like
You know what we need to get better at is just writing scenarios down when we see them.
Yeah.
That way we can talk about them later. I think that's because there's a lot of situations. Even when I go back to the website and I do the blog stuff, I don't remember what I wrote for what week.
Yeah.
But then I go back and read it. I'm like, oh yeah. So it just helps. I think myself, I got to write it down.
Oh, we already in the second quarter.
Yeah.
But we got another break coming up. We just sitting here chit-chatting for real, which I don't mind.
Podcasting. Isn't that what podcasting is?
Yeah. Podcasting is.
Yeah.
But I need a cup.
Oh, we got cups.
When we get back, I'm going to have a cup.
We got cups.
Because I can't copyright.
Copyright.
Or not copyright.
Copyright. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to put that in there.
Yeah. Gotcha.
That's not the way I want to cross brand.
We good.
We'll be right back after this short intermission. Well, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Real fast. There it is. There it is. We back. I got everything turned on right this time. You know, not in a hurry. It's 24-0.
It is.
Philly.
I didn't expect it.
It's not looking good.
Yeah. The Mahomes magic?
It might be over.
Yeah, I think so.
Listen.
But it's Mahomes, man.
This
You can't count him out.
The Eagles defense looks better than everything we've seen from everyone all year right now. In my personal opinion. Like Patrick Mahomes has 2 interceptions.
Yep.
He has 24 yards passing. His completion percentage is under 50.
Let's
6 of 13.
Not one, but 2 hormones.
How about Kansas City? Just the team. How many yards do they have? It's like 36, 48, something like that.
I don't know. No, it might be less than that because of sack yards.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like 14.
Not even 100. Not even 100 yards on offense.
Not even close to 100.
It's
Actually.
not what we saw coming, but I mean,
Oh my god.
it is and it's not, because we said when we started this shit that Philly's defense is legit, man. Like they got players at every level of the field.
That's facts.
And we said that Mahomes doesn't have the weapons on the wide receivers.
Well, yeah.
He doesn't have weapons on the edge to move the ball down the field.
They're getting bullied at corner at rear wide
They are getting bullied in the secondary.
Don't worry, we'll be back.
And I think that's the big thing.
Travis Kelce doesn't have any catches.
He has
DeAndre Hopkins doesn't
-3
have any catches.
D-Hop dropping stuff.
Isaiah Pacheco has really not even been on the
Of
field,
course I do. But do I
haven't heard his name,
right? Have you even seen him?
Is he healthy?
Yeah,
I have not heard Pacheco's name.
he is active.
Yeah, that part was because I thought they were saving him for the playoffs. That's why I thought he wasn't playing like week 12, 13, and 14. All the weeks he was on IR, I thought that's why they kept him on IR, was to save him for the playoffs.
That's what they were telling us.
I guess not.
Final drives his way in and touchdown.
Maybe they just really like the other
Yeah,
guys.
see
that
there,
they
I just
have.
saw him.
Yeah.
Picked up by Cooper
I mean,
McGee.
you can see him and he can still not be there.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
That's
Eagles this first half.
that
He
part.
is-
Brought to you by
He is physically
actually gets set for the second half.
present
Yeah.
As we do, we
and not here simultaneously.
Like the assistant coaches on the team that get a Super Bowl ring, even though they weren't on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of
Yeah.
that situation.
Yeah,
Exactly
that.
I mean, but he's trying to put yards up. Okay. It's not like he's not trying to.
We have to fix the run game and we have to fix the pass game.
I mean, fix the run game. Y'all got to start the run game.
Who got the ball first? The Eagles did. I remember Kansas City kicking off.
Yep. Yeah.
So at least they start with the ball. Maybe they could get something going.
Yeah.
They've got to score this first.
We're about to see.
If they don't, it might be game over. They have to at least get a touchdown here.
You're looking to gain some sort of
And
confidence.
if they don't, then they have to go into supersonic mode, no huddle for the rest of the game, just to catch up on points. Like,
They got to get stops too, no?
yeah,
But it can't be, we're going to just turn this into a one-dimensional pass.
which they have not been able to
They have
do.
no chance against this really ferocious pass rush.
Yeah, this Eagles defense is this is the single best defensive performance that I've seen.
In the Super Bowl?
No, Legion of Boom.
I was about to, yeah, Legion of Boom. I was about to say that too.
It's not over yet.
Like-
Legion of Boom only gave up 8 points.
They came out and shut that
Yeah.
thing down, man, from the start.
We talking about Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Your GOAT.
Look to get some kind of spark.
Exactly.
And Legion of Boom did that. I said, I figured you wouldn't forget about Legion of Boom since Peyton Manning was
I already
involved.
knew. I already knew.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I was going.
Yeah.
Because those have been like the most dominant defense. The Legion of Boom, the Baltimore D, back in like 2001 with Ray Lewis.
I still
But
remember 34
besides
seconds.
those two, I think like the San Francisco D has come close the last few years to being that dominant.
Right.
But they're a player or two away from it happening. They have not been that, like, just sledgehammer that those other two teams have been.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know what it is with San Francisco, man. Injuries.
They stay getting hurt all the
It's-
time. And they be having some freaky injuries. Remember the
It
Drake
has-
Greenlaw injury?
Not even that.
No,
just-
not. Was it Greenlaw that got hurt?
It was, yeah.
Like, just running
maybe
off
not
the
Greenlaw.
sideline?
It might have been not Greenlaw. Who's your middle linebacker?
Not Fred Warner.
It wasn't Fred Warner?
No.
Yeah?
Fred Warner was sad about it. There's Pacheco.
Yeah. 5 yards. Wow, look at that. Pacheco, 5 yards.
Mahomes, they've done it so many times, as Tom pointed out. They've been
Yeah.
down 10 points in every one of their Super Bowl wins at Mahomes.
It's almost like they hurt us.
Or they went into halftime or like, oh, the things we've been doing haven't been working. Maybe that's why we pay these coaches millions of dollars. Worthy? Worthy.
Got through a tackle by Quinyon Mitchell, so already at least some positives.
All right, so they got a first down to start the drive. Okay, we making progress.
Moving the ball.
Quickly eliminate some of that pass rush.
That's the Andy Reid part of this thing, I think, gets overlooked, is the second
It's gonna get
half.
interesting.
Yeah, it's the second half.
Mahomes looking around, pressure again. Mahomes dropped again.
What is he doing?
For Philadelphia.
Is that Jordan Davis?
Next time.
Another one of them Philadelphia, Georgia boys. They got a whole gang of them.
The entire damn line. The entire line is Georgia.
Everybody thought
You think you're just still a big fan?
pretty crazy how to get all these Georgia Bulldogs over here.
Oh, first round pick, Georgia D line. First round pick, Georgia D
Now they about
line.
to win the Super Bowl.
Third year, Georgia D line.
Pitching the shutout so far.
Does that mean you're rooting for
Damn.
Philly at this point? Jesus. This is like Madden over here at this point.
He's got 2.5 for the game.
There's nothing that can currently be done.
There, get a better
Jordan
offensive
Davis,
line.
Jalen Carter.
Yeah. See, this is the pressure I thought we'd be seeing from Kansas City with Karlaftis and everything else.
Patrick's just trying to buy a little bit of time.
Oh. But yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like Philadelphia on offense is just playing regular Philadelphia on offense.
Football?
They got
Yeah.
a defensive touchdown, so like,
They haven't looked special on
yeah,
offense. I think
yeah.
the defensive side's where they shine. Yeah, that's
17. Mahomes. No one's open.
yeah. The lack of wide receiver
Yeah.
Mahomes.
is affecting him right now. You can see this man just looking, scanning, looking, nothing.
Yeah,
It's
we watching it in real time. It's like, he ain't-
Yeah, it's costing him right now.
they
Comes the punt team.
Philadelphia got that lockdown on the outside.
Tommy, you.
Yeah,
you were
it's
with
not even close.
Welcome to the Eagles penitentiary.
Yeah, this
right
game's
now.
over.
41% of
It's
the time.
Mahomes can do what he wants, but this game's over. Philadelphia has a lockdown on a game plan advantage.
Anytime you
It's
go against a great quarterback, you really count
unless
the
something
defensive line.
magical happens, which I don't think
Then
it's
they
going
got
to.
the defensive line playing the way that it is,
Yeah.
coupled along with the lockdown.
Mahomes has less than 3, 4, 5 seconds in the pocket. He's getting zero time back to her.
The Eagles will take
He's
over.
has to scramble to read and analyze. He's
Oh
not
yeah,
doing it.
I see more Georgia Bulldogs on special teams. So they got Keely Ringo.
You know what? I'm gonna start pointing out all the Buckeyes every time I see them now. Yeah.
There's no defense in the NFL that's loaded with one specific
Buckeyes,
school
yeah.
like that.
Nah,
No
Georgia.
other school
No.
for real. Like
There's not.
that. Philly knew what they was doing.
To hold the plane.
They watched them boys on back-to-back
Dude, that
titles.
Georgia class was so good, man. It was like last 3 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're loaded.
yeah.
If you didn't win a championship, that would have been the issue.
Y'all wonder how we won a championship with Stetson Bennett, the same way the Eagles about to shut out the Chiefs in the Super Bowl this year.
Exactly.
From a grocery order. So Columbus, Albert.
That's the reference right there. That's the fucking reference right there.
Telling you.
Yep. Georgia won with the defensive line, so did Philadelphia.
And it's
That's
at least half of that defensive line. Matter of fact, 3/4 sometimes with Nolan Smith out there. He was rushing off the edge to one of them championships.
so. Remember when I texted you and I was like, "That's the aha moment." That's the aha moment
It
right
is.
now. It's right now. That Philly defensive line is all Georgia. You saw them do it for 3 years in Georgia, And now you're seeing him do it again in Philly, and you're like, why are you surprised by it? You shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be.
You saw him do it for 3 years in college.
Gentlemen,
They got drafted in the first round. They're doing the same thing in the pros. Philadelphia just drafts good. And they got a good defense, man. That's it.
hey Meta, tell my lawyer.
I hate you because I don't understand you.
Sometimes facts are just facts, and you got to deal with them.
Following others.
I think that's what it is. Sometimes facts are
Facts are hard to swallow sometimes.
Yep.
Man, I hate that things are so bad.
We are watching.
That was me with Lamar. Facts are hard to swallow. That was me with Lamar. Because I did not like Lamar coming out of college. But he's grown, he's evolved, and he's a beast, dude. Lamar's a beast. Like, it's gotten to the point, like, I wouldn't even draft Lamar because I didn't like him. But I'm at the point, like, I'll take him. I'll take Lamar Jackson in the third round. Third. I'm not going higher than
I
the
won't
third.
let him get past the third round.
I'm not drafting him past the third. I'm not taking him above. If he goes past the third, I'll take him.
Yeah.
Sometimes I need to take away from it all. Maybe even call a timeout.
I took a different route this year, but I definitely always think about drafting a quarterback in the third round.
Oh, Super Bowl is truly a global.
I keep my options open.
Time zones around the world. Each
I don't like drafting quarterbacks that are there. It cripples your team in the long run.
Unless you get Josh Allen
Unless you get Josh Allen, it cripples your team.
or not this new Lamar.
Yeah. Lamar in the last 2 years or Josh Allen. That's about it.
Yeah.
Unless your quarterback's putting up 40, 50 points
Or
a
Jaden
game.
Daniels.
The NFL
Jaden's only been putting up like 30. It's a consistent 20 or 30, but it's still.
At times, a little bit more too.
I think that's going to be hard for me next year, especially being one of my guys this year. That's going to be hard for me next year is like passing on Jaden Daniels because he's probably going to go in the third, fourth round next year.
For sure. He's definitely fantasy top 5 quarterbacks for sure.
Absolutely. And that's
Super flex, he's not getting out the first round.
absolutely no hell. Superflex Dynasty Startups 101. He's the 101 in Dynasty Super Startups.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
So much this year, but you kind of think that's an
I think Joe Burrow might be my target next year.
Him in the passing game, he's got great hands.
Getting healthier, good
Are they gonna
offense.
have T?
When he's in space, he does a great job making.
It don't matter if you got T or not.
You don't think so?
You got Chase.
As much, and the reason being is this
And
Kansas City
Yoshivas
has
and-
been all over him. They're making
And
sure
with-
it's not a factor.
When T was out and Jamar Chase and Yoshivas were there, Yoshivas was eating, man. He was a starter in fantasy lineups.
Second and 6.
And you could start Yoshivas when T. Higgins was out.
so well by the Chiefs.
That's why I'm not too worried about it. It's just they start so slow.
really was the season for the age of
Cincinnati starts slow
Every year?
every year.
Literally every
Yep.
year.
games.
I don't know if it's a coaching thing. I don't know what it is, but they start slow every year.
Most single season yards.
But Joe Burrow has the talent to be an elite quarterback and is an elite quarterback. Jamar Chase is a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL.
If the Bengals would have made the playoffs, Joe Burrow would have probably been in the MVP conversation. And they still had a shot.
He
to make
won
the
comeback
playoffs.
player.
He did?
He won comeback player. I don't think he had the stats to do player of the year, but he had comeback player of the year, and he won that, which I was happy to see.
Karlaftis almost got there.
Karlaftis
Good
running
play
his
by-
ass
that's a good play
down.
by Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
That's a good play by Jalen Hurts.
It's a smart play by Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
element to his game.
This is what the Chiefs haven't been doing all game. Get there. Yeah. Make him work for it.
Open. Yep.
Jimbo is trying to track him down.
I don't know why they're manning up wide receivers. Because they don't have the talent to not man up wide receivers. That's why they're manning up wide receivers.
Who's this?
Kansas City.
Yeah,
They can go zone.
They can't play
Yeah.
zone, yeah.
They don't have the talent to go zone.
Hurts the throw on the fake. Here comes some pressure now. He's got to have a completion to Devontae Smith, who's got it. And he's going to be a little short of the first down. As Reed there on the tackle.
He's so small, man. He makes me nervous every time he catches the ball. It's like watching Tank
That's the
Dell.
word that I would use.
Yeah. That's why Tank Dell gets hurt so bad.
Yeah, the same with Devonta Smith, man. It's like,
Decisions outside of the one turnover where he was.
Quarterback wise, Jaden Daniels makes me nervous for that same reason.
KB, you and I.
he does, but he protects himself pretty well.
Protects himself.
Yeah,
Saquon.
he does a really good job with that. I mean, doesn't let him get self-hit too much, which is why I like him a lot better than RG3.
You talking about Jaden?
Yeah, on the same team, same city.
Yes, that's Saquon, his ability to control.
I'm actually glad DC found a quarterback that was similar to RG3.
The size and power of the Eagles' offensive line.
I wish they wouldn't have ran RG3 into the ground,
And can continue to wear down.
because it's exactly what they did to
I
him.
feel like Jaden Daniels is more pass first
He is.
than RG3.
Absolutely. I agree with you on that 100%.
He doesn't look to run super often.
But I think RG3 was also a better rusher than Jaden Daniels was as well.
Yes.
As Kellen
Yeah.
Moore,
Faster.
RG3 was a better rusher than Lamar was.
he ran at 56%.
I think he was, at least.
For good reason. And
It's debatable, but I think RG3 was a better rusher than Lamar was.
It's definitely debatable.
I think it was the quick twitch. He had the better quick twitch movement than Lamar does. Lamar moves quick. I thought RG3 just had like
Blossomed ever since.
that, what is it, the Bijan. When you watch Bijan move, man,
Yeah. Yep.
he just moves different, bro. He just moves different. That's what I thought RG3 had, was like that different quick twitch move, yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's his answer to the all-out blitz. Just one.
And when you're just looking at like a prospect and you're like, this guy and this guy,
One difficult answer
is different.
Coach backs up.
and I think that's the difference between the two.
Matched up here and just hurts in the middle of the pocket. Takes a look.
Jalen Hurts with another good play.
Playing good.
Yeah.
Making smart decisions.
The Chiefs aren't a good third quarter team anyway, so that's the type of stuff that goes under
First
the radar.
half, third quarter.
Yeah.
They're a fourth quarter team.
Yeah.
Looking deep. Out there.
But no, Jalen Hurts actually, he's been on point all night, man.
You catch it?
He caught it.
Yeah.
Falling backwards down to the
Nice catch, too. He bobbled.
Saquon.
Hurts just gets out of the pocket with
Wide open.
vision. And a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bobble from Saquon.
Oh, yeah.
Wide open and almost dropped it.
Super back. It's not necessarily their specialty, so as long as it came down with it, I was cool with it.
Nice.
Draw up the middle, or hand off up the middle.
Saquon.
Hand off the middle.
area. Look at it, but gets tackled in.
Kansas City expected the same thing, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good as a box.
I was gonna say, you see the
Touch.
I don't
the
think
corner coming
defense, the way they played the run.
They have
off the edge.
thought we got that sense when we talked to them this week.
Philadelphia.
They're not going to give
I already knew
up this
they were gonna
massive
lose.
volume of yards to
Who?
Saquon.
Chiefs.
But on
Why
the
didn't you
other
bet
hand,
then?
He's thrown for 100.
Why didn't you bet then?
Jalen Hurts, and he's rushed for 55
Why would I
at
bet?
this
I don't
point.
care.
So Jalen Hurts is
But if you knew.
She doesn't care.
She does not care.
He does not care.
To his guys down the field.
I just knew they were gonna lose because they suck ass.
Thoughts from the peanut stand.
We'll talk it over. 1 week from
To be real,
the Great American
the
Center Stage is NASCAR's greatest
Bills fans and the Ravens fans need this right now.
The Daytona 500 where champions
This game?
become legends. Next Sunday at 2:30.
The score.
Oh, yeah.
Got to be on when they scored this touchdown to go up 31-0.
About to say, you're recording. You might as well say something.
Well, I didn't hit it the first time. Oh no, that's gonna make it worse.
Chris Jones been hurting for the last quarter, man.
Yeah, that's gonna make it worse.
Yep.
Now they're about to run the ball. For real, they're about to run the ball now.
Right up the middle. Here we go. Oh, Saquon in motion.
Hurts looking around, can't find anyone.
Chris Jones doing work back there, man. He's trying to get to him.
Hurts gonna try one in there. And
Yeah.
He's out of bounds as Devontae Smith.
Nope, they're gonna kick a field goal.
He'll send on the field goal unit with Jake Elliott.
Who hasn't been too bad tonight.
With Jake
The
Elliott.
ball down the field, get a few
We're gonna run our mouth about Jake Elliott. He hasn't been too bad tonight.
Some great scrambles from Hurts. And this gives
He's
them
been
an
on point
opportunity to
tonight.
Go up
This is good Jake Elliott night.
4 scores, which is huge with 5 minutes and 22 seconds left in the game.
No doubt.
Excuse me, in the third quarter.
You know what I always hated was the stupid little lineup thing Justin Tucker would do before he kicked a field goal.
Yeah.
The stupid little like toe and the arm thing. and then you play him twice a year, and you have to see him do that shit every time he hits a field goal. It's annoying, man. It's annoying. Like, we get it. You're trying to line it up. You can't just look and do it. Like, what is this?
It's a ritual.
It's a ritual. I get it. Like, I understand. But when you have to watch it twice a year, and he beats your team every time he does it, it's
It's
you know what?
It's unfortunate.
Long snappers can do it.
Not
Also, he had that little run where he was like the best kicker in the league too. Like,
I
damn.
mean, little run. It's been like the last, like, what, 6, 7, 8 years?
Yeah,
He's,
between him and
yeah.
who else?
Him and who else, exactly? Janikowski.
Goskowski.
Janikowski was a beast when he was relevant.
Yeah.
He ain't been relevant in like 10 years.
Goskowski for the Patriots.
Yeah, Goskowski was, oh my God. Goskowski put up 50-point points.
Who did the Dan Carlson? That's who the Raiders have now, right?
Yeah, Carlson.
He's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, kickers be kicking, man. That's the saying, right?
Kickers be kicking.
Kickers be kicking.
Telling you.
Just pick up one. You're good. Pick up one on a good offense.
Kickers be kicking.
You'll be all right.
You really want to pick up one on a mediocre, not like mediocre, but like
Against a hard,
between like
a mediocre
between like
defense.
10th and 14th
Yeah.
ranked offense.
The Cincinnati Bears
general.
kicker is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want
Someone
the
who
Bears
can
kicker.
kind of move the ball, but not really move the ball. That part.
Yes.
Yep.
Always get stopped inside the 12-yard line. Gotta kick it.
Matt Prater in Arizona.
What happened to fast life?
Another good one.
Yep.
Another good
Are
one.
y'all kidding me?
He's not in Arizona right now, is he?
Yeah.
Is he? He's still?
It was him.
Yeah.
I want to say
And he's still doing Matt Prater things, kicking 50-yard field goals.
who had somebody in the playoffs had Zane Gonzalez. The Commanders.
This guy.
No, in the NFL playoffs.
Oh, and Zane Gonzalez.
Commanders,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. They drafted Zane Gonzalez.
Yeah.
I think they drafted Zane Gonzalez in the 3rd round of the NFL draft.
Is that the only team he's ever played for?
Yep. I'm like 95% sure. I'm
Accidentally threw a lane party.
gonna bump it up to 98. I'm 98% sure. Zane Gonzalez was drafted in the 3rd round by the Washington Commanders.
You call this a party?
That's early.
Cul-de-sac party.
It is early.
He's pretty shaky.
He was the first kicker drafted in that class. I know that for a fact.
Party at second.
And I'm pretty sure it was like the 3rd or 5th round.
You are cordially invited to the end of the cul-de-sac.
I'm about to
You
check.
doing your research right now?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Your mower smells.
You're gonna come back and be like, damn, Steve was right.
What you mean I'm about to do it right here?
Zane Gonzalez was drafted by the Washington Commanders with the 3rd pick in the NFL draft in 2023. Oh, 2017. Sorry, I'm
By
bad.
the Browns.
That's why I know the name.
That's why you know the
That's
name.
why I know the goddamn name. Son of a bitch, I was wrong. Yep. That's why I was wrong.
In New Orleans, all Eagles.
What 3rd round kicker are we talking about?
Coverage provided by
There was one drafted in the 3rd round in the last 5 years.
Time off the clock.
Alexa, who drafted a kicker in the first 3 rounds of the NFL draft?
2% of his dropbacks. He's been sacked a career high 5 times, and the Eagles haven't blitzed once in the game.
He's also the first kicker drafted in the first 3 rounds since the Tampa Bay Buccaneers
on
selected
Patrick
Roberto
Mahomes without
Aguirre in
having
the
to
2nd
send
round
an
of
extra rusher, which has allowed them
Roberto?
to play
Aguirre.
well on the back end.
I remember the Aguayo. It's not Aguero, it's Aguayo.
That's the guy from Florida State, right?
Roberto Aguayo, yeah, that was the first. The dude that's the one.
Patrick Mahomes.
Buccaneers took him in the 3rd
I
round.
think this is the story.
I remember that pick.
First one, Nolan Smith tracking him down.
That's the Zane Gonzalez pick that I was thinking of.
Heard.
You get everyone mean at the quarterback. You see Patrick just trying to move up into the pocket,
I can't believe what's happening in the Super Bowl.
but nothing.
Dude, they should have graded
It's
this.
27 to zip.
Kansas City ain't scored a point.
Completion and a first down.
Okay. DeAndre Hopkins finally catch the ball.
Not that they haven't scored a point. It's 27 to nothing.
You
0.
want to see a little bit
27.
Yeah. This game's over. Like, Kansas City's not winning. Philadelphia's won a Super Bowl.
snap and they'll get it off on the head.
Like, you're not putting up 27 points in one quarter against a defense that's shut you down the entire game.
They continue to shut you down in the first half
Yeah.
of this quarter.
You know, they can head right to the middle of that pocket.
It's looking,
I'm actually surprised that
it's looking a little.
we know the tagline, baby.
Good one. It's looking a little. You know I'm gonna flash that on the screen when I get this edit done.
Finish it, man. Finish it.
Yeah, it's not looking too good. It's a little shaky, baby.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, holding. Offense number 74, 10-yard penalty.
Ball comes out.
I'm trying to call the penalty before they do. See if I got it right.
Chiefs, but now we'll see the penalty.
They had it called up already.
It's coming back with a
starting to
holding, but
disappoint.
man, right
I said holding. Offense number. I tried to.
Oh, it was drawn up 30 minutes ago.
That's the part that I've been trying to get.
Yep.
It's always Jawan Taylor. He's not very good.
Talking about Jawan Taylor from
Yeah,
the
man.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah. He's not. He's not.
No, not that guy. Not the first round pick that they selected.
No.
No,
Never really has been like.
no.
Gonna run it too high.
That's why Laramie Tunsil smoking a bong out of a mask was getting more respect than he was.
2.5 sacks.
That part.
Laramie.
Who's an All-Pro, by the way?
Houston, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is he still in Houston?
I think so.
Pretty sure. He is in Houston, yeah.
Is he Houston?
Yep, he's in
or not Miami? Because Miami drafted him, right?
Yeah, they did. He's in Houston.
But he's in Houston.
Yep.
Heard.
Houston paid
I
him.
love testing my brain
Houston
like that.
paid him a bag too. I remember when they switched him to Houston, he got like top 3 tackle money.
Yeah.
Top 3, yeah.
Gotta go.
I don't have notes right here. See,
Nobody has notes.
Yeah.
We're not doing notes.
top of the dome, man.
Just-
Like if I was doing this
Just
shit,
watch. We're just watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
When it probably won't. This probably won't be that hard of an edit because I don't gotta like put stats and stuff up
Yeah.
on the screen. Like
just talking, man.
we just chatted it up during the Super Bowl. Like this is gonna be probably one of my highest viewed videos for real. Like it's
Just put
nothing
Super
going
Bowl on
on.
the title?
It's gonna say we was watching the Super Bowl. You know what
The
I'm
big
saying?
game.
Yeah,
Since
the
you
big
can't put
game.
Super Bowl on nothing. The big game.
And the Eagles take over. They went for Hopkins, a shot.
Sirianni still looks like he has a 6-pack of Busch Light in his side pack.
Field-led defense.
He looks like a bum, man. I think that's why I don't like him. He just looks
He's
bad.
gonna sit that. He's gonna sit that 6-pack right next to his Super Bowl trophy.
He can do that. He's still gonna look like a scrub with the Super Bowl trophy.
Oh man,
That part.
no 3P.
No
The
3P.
world is gonna be satisfied.
I'm not.
Y'all don't know how many people hate Patrick Mahomes. Like it's all his fault.
Billion-dollar industry.
That's what I don't like. So what I don't like is like, this is the conversation I wanted to have with you earlier.
Okay.
Like, right?
Yep.
It was built to keep us
And
stuck. But not anymore.
when we're talking about elite players in situations, sometimes you just, this was my analysis when I was watching the game.
Okay.
When
Designed by a doctor.
Kansas City beat Buffalo. Sometimes you gotta leave no doubt. Like, we wouldn't be having these conversations if Patrick Mahomes didn't have a chance. Like no matter when he got the ball back, if it was 35-24,
At some diners.
We're still talking about it right now because there's only 24 points left. That's
Right.
why we're talking about it. Is because he is who he is.
because he is who he is. Like this, people are still sitting on their couches right now, probably crying tears of joy, but still scared, probably shitting their pants, knowing that he can put up 24 points in 15 minutes.
All the people on Underdog right now betting on the over/under.
Yeah,
Yep.
waiting for it.
Yep. Like Delron texted me
48.
earlier. 48 points. Do you think they score over or under 48? What I tell him earlier? I said under. I said under. I also thought Kansas City would put up like 24 points, but that's me. My bad. I was wrong on that one. That's me.
I thought that each team would put up at least 17.
I was right there with you on that. Yeah. 17 seemed about
I
right.
was seeing 20-17 on a late field goal is what I was seeing.
That's why I went
Because of-
24-17.
Like
I was seeing a little bit of back and forth.
people were so focused on Patrick Mahomes not being exactly who he's always been that they were asleep on the fact that the defense had been playing better
For
probably
Philadelphia?
than it, for Kansas,
Kansas City, yeah.
in the regular season.
Oh,
And so
absolutely.
we were all shaky about like
how good that.
how good they were as a
Yeah.
team, right?
Yep.
Because we were
Yep.
watching Patrick Mahomes because he's Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
And we weren't looking at.
It softens up the coverage.
And also on the other side, we
You
watched
see these kind of things
we
now.
watched the Eagles defense develop over the course of the season. Like
Once they got
this
healthy.
defense was not this good to start the season.
No, they were not.
Like the Eagles lost to the Atlanta Falcons this year.
Have the laces.
I forgot about that.
That was week 2.
Yeah.
He was basically benched
Yep.
this season
I'm not even trying to flex. I'm just saying like that's
and makes a huge play.
how much better this defense. You think that Atlanta Falcons have a chance against this Eagles team?
Hell
No, absolutely not. Me neither. By the way.
Eagles get it back.
I mean,
Gonna run some clock.
Obviously, they have a chance. And
Uh-oh.
Sunday.
Uh-oh.
Drop. Devonta. That's a touchdown, baby. That's game over. That's it. It's like 5 scores now?
Yeah.
They have 5
It's
scores?
34-0.
Yeah, this game over. Well, it's been a pleasure podcasting with you, sir.
Yeah. This is probably gonna be the last clip.
Yep.
We still got about 8 more minutes on it though. But it's 34-0. It's about to be.
Rob's an absolute
Yeah.
dime to Devontae Smith.
This is what I mean. Like you have to leave no doubt. This is the point that I'm making, right?
So when I drafted preseason, this is what I was expecting out of Philadelphia.
On Jalen Watson.
Not the let's run Saquon 30 times a game Philadelphia.
Yeah.
It was the run and gun Philadelphia. The let's throw it.
Maybe what could be the dagger today.
Oh, and Jake Elliott's actually making field goals. Wow, amazing.
Wow. Everyone in the world.
Freaking Nick Sirianni. This goddamn
46-yarder and Devontae
Bush
Smith.
light peers in the passenger
yards
seat.
in their Super Bowl matchup a couple years ago. Hall's out.
Yeah.
He's got
This is the Eagles are doing right now. They're leaving no doubt.
Yeah, that
not sure what to call right
exactly. They're foot on the gas pedal. man.
34 points in the fourth quarter. I ain't even watching the fourth quarter. I don't care what happens.
Foot on the gas pedal. It's
Yeah.
game over.
I'm not watching. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 48-0.
They're gonna run the score up, and I would too.
Why would you not?
I would run the score up in their fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Running that bitch up.
It comes down to great
And Andy Reid's like, yep.
When you have these plays,
That face says, I know it's over.
Yeah.
That's what that face says to
When
me.
Andy Reid looked like that, we don't even need to be watching no more.
Yeah. That was that tight butthole lip face.
Yeah.
Where he's like, yeah.
Landon Dickerson come over.
He's been doing this for 20 years, and he's like, it is what it is.
Yep.
It's the Super Bowl.
Devontae Smith.
Yep. Oh look, Seahawks led Broncos.
Yep.
The game we was talking about earlier.
Absolutely delivered today.
43-8.
Total touchdowns in the Super Bowl for Jalen Hurts, who's played very well. This is
0.
4-0.
That part. The 0 part.
Patrick Mahomes got 0 points in the
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
that's going to be the part to talk about. Mm-hmm. And it shouldn't be.
Oh.
Because we were talking about the Philly defense before the game started. We knew they were a good
That's a
defense.
block in the back. They throw a flag?
No. Game's over. They ain't throwing no
Yes,
flag.
they did.
They did. My apologies. I forgot it was Kansas City and Philadelphia. They threw a flag.
The flag on Kansas City.
Yep.
They still haven't gotten past midfield on offense.
Yeah, incredible. I think they're
What?
down 2 today, Kevin. Nothing.
Did they just say Kansas City has not gotten past midfield?
Yeah.
Like, I've been watching the game the whole time.
This is
They
crazy.
haven't gotten past midfield.
Special Olympics athlete.
This is crazy.
Here in Louisiana. Which, by the way, became
Bananas.
state to sanction girls school
Bananas.
Visit NFL.com/.
I already knew where you're going with that one.
I'm not watching. Damn.
Here's Mahomes.
Well, Steve, yeah, we had fun.
Yeah? Yes, we do. Worthy. What did I say earlier? Over anytime bet on Worthy? That would be my guy.
I mean, you said touchdown.
Anytime touchdown. Unworthy. I did say that.
Patrick has had time to survey the field. And the
He was close.
Was.
This season gets behind the defense and
Was.
Goddard and
At least
Worthy.
they still trying.
If I was betting money, Goddard and Worthy would have been my anytime touchdown upside picks.
Backpedals throws incomplete. Looking for Pacheco that time.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And if you're Patrick, you're just.
I can't believe what we're witnessing right
Can't do
now.
anything inhuman, and we've seen him do a lot of things in his
Not 34 to nothing.
that are a bit inhuman.
That part, I expected Philly. I knew Philly could win because of the defense, but
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be.
Quarterback at this point.
I told you 17 to 23 is what I thought the score was going to be.
15. I mean, the over/under still might be under 48. It's just gonna be lopsided as hell.
Mahomes again.
40 to 12.
No, swept up from behind. Really good play by
It's gonna be
But Mahomes had good room there. He's going to pick up 4.
41 to 7.
Yeah, 48 to nothing.
41 to 7.
I forgot Philly just scored another touchdown.
They did.
Woo! Not bad. God damn, dude.
We appreciate y'all hanging out with us on Super Bowl Sunday. We didn't expect it to be like this.
See, he's finishing it up. I'm still learning.
Huh?
He's finishing this shit up. We here. Kelsey.
Let's see across the line.
I don't know.
Trying to get some
Whatever.
control here.
Yeah, really good job there by Mahomes. Extending the play.
Yep.
The
They're about to
backhand.
check.
I would say.
They're about to check and see if he was across the line.
I think they're trying to go fast, but they held it for the Eagles to some.
Fucking Andy Reid.
That's literally what he looks like.
Allow the defense to do the same.
The dude's name from Star Wars, the first episode.
Their momentum just a little bit.
That guy. That's what Andy Reid reminds me of.
What's Mahomes feeling?
Houston, no Juju.
Football game.
Patrick Mahomes has 124 yards passing.
Doesn't feel like he can drop back with any
In the Super
And
Bowl.
no touchdowns.
He got 2 picks though.
But
He has a touchdown to the other team.
Yeah.
blitz to these moments, and I don't care if you're down
See,
31.
he does have a touchdown.
First drive in opponent territory tonight.
Go down here and deliver.
44 seconds left in the third quarter.
This is the first
That's a
drive.
hold on Juju. They didn't call it.
They're not going to.
Throws on the run across his
That's the touchdown.
for the touchdown. Worthy. And the Chiefs are
What was my anytime touchdown on, sir?
You did say that. Did you
What
bet
was-
that?
I did not. I
Oh.
told you I don't bet like that. I said, if I was going to. See, I'm gonna mess around and turn myself into a bettor, and I don't want to do that.
That's a nice catch.
1 yard.
Goddard and Worthy would have been my bets.
You got to stay on track all day.
That was a really nice catch.
Getting into the defense.
Just open.
Oliver Johnson on the coverage.
Open, open, open. Yep.
Great job by Worthy coming back and making that catch.
You're going for 2.
2 here.
34 to 6. That's going to be only 40, which means the Eagles could score again, and it'd be 41 to 6. That's 47 points.
41 to 6, dude. That shit would be killer. You cannot come. You can't get back to 41 from 6.
Kelsey, the intended receiver.
And they didn't get it.
And the 2-point conversion.
No flag?
Yeah,
the game's over.
Back in
This
the
game's
game.
over.
Left momentarily.
This game's over.
Fast possession. So
It's still over.
34 to 6.
It's over. This game's
I
over.
love you guys.
Yep.
We hung out together on the Super Bowl.
We still here.
One time for Steve.
Close game.
OG, baby. OG fantasy.
OGs. OG Legends.
Sir.
I'm probably going to be on that on the regular.
Oh, you're gonna be on it.
I'm trying to win a title over there. We'll talk about that.
It ain't gonna
We'll talk
happen.
about that later.
You can keep trying,
I
but it
got
ain't gonna
close.
happen.
I got close. Closer
you
than I ever been.
Yeah. You can keep getting close. It ain't gonna happen though.
There's a lot
Guess who's gonna win it
I'll
next?
talk to y'all soon.
It's over with
Listen to this guy.